Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. And today we're going to be talking about posting on social media to attract new clients. Now, I know we've talked about your home valuation page before and where you can post some of those social things and how you can get that in front of your clients. But we have a few other things inside of Buyside that are native there that you can post directly. So we're going to take a look at a couple of those today. So a quick agenda for what we're going to be looking at is where can I post? Where is it that I can post on social media? What types of medias can I use? And can things go out? How do I actually use that to send things out? Then we'll also talk about how to post your home valuation site. Now, I know we've talked about this briefly before, but we'll go into a little bit more detail on how you can post the home valuation page itself, or if you wanted to post a filled out form. So if you go in and you type in an address, you want people to know that it's on the market, you can send it out on social media, but you can do that through sending that page, that address out, that page out on social media. So there's a few different ways that we can do that. And you can post buyers on social media. I don't know if you knew that. So that's something that we have where you can go in, have a buyer, and then post that buyer profile on social media. Now, it's not going to show their name. It's not going to show how to contact them. It'll just give them that line to use so that they know who the buyer is, what is that dollar profile, what kind of listing are they looking for. So if somebody's looking to sell their house, if another agent sees that and goes, hey, I've got a listing. Or you could talk about new buyers that may want to work with you, or if somebody's looking to sell their home, they might think, well, who should I contact? Probably the person that has buyers. So a lot of great stuff that you can put on social media, and we'll take a look at what that post looks like on social media itself. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And then, of course, we will have a Q&A at the very end. So if you do have any questions, please use that chat box that you see over on the right-hand side. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is capturing new seller leads and capturing new buyer leads. And the way that we're going to be able to do that is through social media. And on that screen, you can actually see the icon there. It is right here. You might be able to see that. That's that little social icon, and that's where you're going to be able to find your social media posting. So anytime you see that icon, you can post whatever that is on social media. So that's the simplest way to find it, is seeing that, using that to post on social media, and then it will go out and we can start to interact with our potential clients, because social is such a great platform where we can talk to those people in our sphere of influence, our social sphere of influence, those people that I may not know. If I'm going to run ads, I might be able to do it that way. So we did a great webinar on digital marketing and retargeting, if you know what that word means, and how you can use some of that to your advantage. So we've posted all of that. We'll show you where that is at the end of the webinar. Okay, so really quickly, we do have a few resources that I do want to make you aware of. One is we have our Buyside Insiders Facebook group. And so if you're not a part of this just yet, I would recommend going in there. You can go to buysideinsiders.com. It'll take you to Facebook. But we have some best practices, tips and tricks, and of course some testimonials in there. So if you do have really any questions, or if you wanted to see how people are using Buyside to its fullest extent, you can check it out there. We also have a live world-class support team. So you can always go to support@getbuyside.com and talk to a real person, or even in the product, there's a chat there and it's attached to the same thing where you can talk to a real person if you have any issues, or if you want to walk through, or if you run into really anything, you can give us shoot us an email or a chat. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Whoop, let's go to our Buyside page here. There we are. So I do want to launch a quick poll. I have a question for you, and that is, what is your preferred social media that you use for your business? So I've got a couple of choices on there. I'm noticing that Facebook is not one of them, but which one of these do you use most often? LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter again? You can use both of those just to see. It looks like most people are saying Instagram. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like Instagram is the winner there. We know that Facebook is probably the most popular, so we'll go ahead and show that. as well on how to post that. So here we are on our dashboard. So let's go ahead and go into our marketing suite, and we're going to go to our home valuation site. So this is how we would share our home valuation page. And what that means is getting to the page where somebody can put in their address. So I can click on this, just that middle icon, and this is what they're going to see. It's that box that how do I enter your address to get your market report. So this is the page we're sharing out. So if we go back to our page here, we can share on social media. Just hover right over that, and you'll see this little icon, the plus, Facebook, Twitter, and the email, and we're going to hover over that. So here we have our choices, and I can even go to more. There's 181 social medias in here. So we can go to one of these. If I go to Facebook, this is probably the most common and the most simple, is I'm going to click on Facebook, and it's going to bring up my Facebook account because I've logged into it on this browser. So it's going to give me this little pop-out window here. So now I can see I've got this great looking image. So I've got that, it's got the link in there, and all I have to do is type in my quote. What am I going to say to all of my folks? So see what your home is worth. There we go. So I typed that out, and you know what? Let's go ahead and make this only me, because I'm testing this out. I don't necessarily want everybody to see this just yet. So it's going to go out on my news feed. So I'm going to select only me. But there is a couple different ways that you can share this. So one is you can share it on your news feed or story. You can share it as a group. So if you're in a group, you can share it out there. Now we have all of our groups. You can even see our group, Buyside Insiders, is in there. Don't post it to Buyside Insiders. We will delete it, just so you know. Well, there are people that like to test it out there. But that's not where we want folks to be clicking on this, because we're not going to get any leads from there. So we have our group. Or you can go to a page that you manage, and this is your Facebook business page. So if you use a Facebook business page for your business, you can use this here. You can use this and post it directly to that. And people expect you to be posting stuff like this. So you can take a look at that. So I'm going to post it to my feed or story here, and away it goes. So I'm actually making it only for me. I'm going to post it to Facebook, and there it goes. So now it's going to get posted on my social media. So we can take a look at that. Now, just to show you that you can do other things like Twitter, for example, or Pinterest, or even LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great place to do this. So if you are an agent and you follow a lot of people in your community, you can do that as well. So it'll open up in Facebook, and you can share that post directly from here. Now you will see the actual image instead of the demo account, which we don't have one. But you will see that great looking image, and it's really that simple. You just click on any one of these. You can even send it out via email, or if you wanted to print it out, you can as well. So a lot of great options you have there for your home valuation page. Now, just to show you that you can have other marketing options here. So let's go ahead and type in an address. So let's say there's one that is going on the market, and you want people to be able to see some cool marketing materials. We can go 1360 Catholic Court, Livermore, California. There we go. So we can post this page. So one is that this is what we just saw, that we can post the page where they enter in their address. But once you've got that report, well, if you have one that looks really cool, we want to share this out. You'll notice, hey, there's that icon again. So check that out. I can go to Facebook, or again, any one of those. I just like using Facebook because it's the most common. It's what people are mostly going to see, but it'll connect to Facebook, and I'll be able to post this page. So I can show them the AVMs for this address. I can show them what the market activity is doing. I can show them all of this great stuff, and maybe get people to sign up for some monthly reports. So the Buyside Realty, the Find Buyers. There we go. So there, just to show you that if you do have a cool address and you wanted to post that out there, you can do that as well. Okay, so the last place that we're gonna go back to our dashboard here, and I can see I've got a couple of buyers in here. So let's go ahead and click on my buyer. And just so you know, you can share your buyer on social media. So there's that icon one more time over on the right-hand side. So I can see I've got my buyer. The name is in here, but that's because it's my buyer. I'm not gonna be able to see, and nobody else is going to be able to see it. But it has their whole buyer profile. So I can use that, again, post it out to any of my social media channels, and then share on social media. So this is what it'll look like. So we'll go to that public profile, and this is what's going to get shared out. So they'll see that icon, they can click on it, come to this page, they can see the dollar value. They're looking for 2+ bedrooms, the townhouse. They are a very strong buyer. but we don't share their name, we don't share their photo. It's just that buyer ID up on top. It even gives us that area, so the area that they're specifically looking for, and the full details page. Now, it's not going to give them everything, just some of the stuff that they're looking for that we might want to, but we give them that call to action to contact me, the agent, to go over this stuff. So we can see, we can put in our name, our email, our phone number, and then select Contact Joe. And away it goes. It'll send me that contact. And that's just from a way that I sent out on social media. So I'm using that HBS page to get those new leads. I'm using this buyer profile to get new leads, to get people to reach out directly to me, where I can say, yes, I've got answers to your questions. Whew. Okay, so a lot of social media that we were talking about today, and we have one more poll really quick, and I think I already covered this, but were you aware prior to this webinar that you could post buyers on social media from Buyside? Did you know that you could do that? So putting all of that stuff in there. So, ooh, it looks like, okay, so we've got a couple people that said no. Excellent, so now we know we can, perfect. Okay, we'll go ahead and close that. So that is our presentation today. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in that chat box. Todd, let's go ahead and get started with our Q&A.
Great job, Tom. And right off the bat, I will take responsibility for Twitter being okay, so while we're waiting for the questions to come in, I don't see any yet. Let's show them how to get to that help center that we've been working so hard on.
Absolutely. So we do have. I love it. Okay, so we do have a great looking help center here, but the way to get there is, so from your dashboard, we're going to go over to Joe Broker, and you see how it says help. That's where we find it. So really anywhere that it says help, or if you wanted to get to any of those places, just click on that, and that'll take you to our great looking help center here. So you can find all of that stuff. If you wanted to type in social and see how to do all this cool stuff, we can. Sharing buyers to social media, we just took a look at that. So you can see that great article, posting buyers on social media. There it is. So a couple of different things that we can see in our help center here. So lots of great stuff in there.
Awesome. Actually, I still don't see any questions coming in. Again, that's going to be on the right side, guys, if you have any. One more article, since we're talking about sharing their buyers to social media, one more article I want to show them from the Help Center, Tom, if you could, is that call to action article. This is a great one, whether you're sharing your home valuation site, whether you're sharing your listings, or you're sharing your buyer clients. You want to keep those calls to actions fresh when you're using social media. So in order to get the Help Center, we could even probably drop that in the chat as well, that link. This is a good one. There's a PDF at the bottom that you can save and print out. So that's a great one for you guys.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and throw this in the chat. But just so you know, yeah, absolutely. So instead of just being able to say something like, see what your home is worth, like I did, if you know, if you're going to post this a couple times a week to try and get those leads to come in, you know, I think when we post on social media, I read some stat that said, you know, anytime you post, roughly 5 to 7% of your audience actually sees that post. It's not 100%. It's only somewhere between 5 and 7%. So posting regularly is going to be helpful to get this in front of your entire audience. So, but we can, of course, change up what that call to action says, what it sounds like. So we can use this great page to incorporate all of those.
That's a great point, Tom.
Right on. Okay, well, I don't see any questions, so thank you all for being here. We do have these webinars every single week, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next week, let's actually take a look. Let's see, we're going to be talking about coming soon and quiet listings. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at, coming soon and quiet listings, if you wanted to see any of that. So we will if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, our email is support@getbuyside.com. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and we'll see you next time.